It's time for Wombat's Fortnightly News. What do you think about that?
This is something that's interesting because it's one of those things that I've always complained about forever, where you know that something like a big game update or improvements to the game, new content for a game, any game, not even just Fortnite, is coming out, and they're like, yeah, it'll be out next Tuesday, and it's like the Tuesday after a 3-day weekend, and you're like, why not do this on Friday so I have a 3-day weekend to check this out? They changed the date, much to everyone's surprise, because they had planned it to be on the 15th, and like, you know what? Let's do this on the 11th instead. So they're rolling out the big Halloween update on the 11th, 4 days early before the 3-day weekend, with all of the doodads that go along with Halloween. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And I'm looking forward to what is hopefully the first good Fortnitemares in 3 years. So, because the last two were pretty lousy. So
nice.
Fortnitemares update. We already got the Saw puppet in the game.
I saw.
Yeah, we're getting Leatherface on Friday.
Nice.
Yep, and Mephisto, your favorite Marvel character, Mephisto.
Spooky
season. Everyone likes spooky season. I like Halloween. So
I put this this Disney thing on here about Fortnite. I don't know. Did this happen while we were off?
This article? No, this happened like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, I want you to summarize it because I didn't want to look at it. I just wanted you to tell me about it.
Disney sunk, I think the number's like $2 billion into Fortnite, right? They said, here's $2 billion. Here's what we want to do. Essentially, they want to make Disney Infinity, but they want Disney Infinity to live in Fortnite.
Okay.
So you turn on your Fortnite game and it's like, hey, Battle Royale, Rocket Racing, Lego, or Disney whatever.
Right.
Disneyland.
Universe.
Yeah.
Well, they have that already.
Exactly. And there were a lot of questions about that when they first announced it. Like, does this mean that all of these characters are going to be playable in Battle Royale? This is a very shipwrecky question.
Right.
Does that mean we're going to see Mickey Mouse running around with a shotgun? And the answer, as we learned this week, is an astounding no.
2 shotguns.
Yeah, she's going to have 2 shotguns. Exactly. Mickey always gets 2 guns. So they say they're going to have skins that are only going to be playable in the Disney universe setting, which to me means, oh, good, that's just less money for me to spend.
Right.
Because I'm not interested in that.
Unless
the Disney mode is the most amazing thing I've ever
played. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Which, again, nothing would make me happier than a year from now saying, you know what, I was completely wrong. This Disney thing is amazing, and I'm so glad I bought Mickey Mouse for it. But I also am highly suspect that that would happen.
Right.
So, yeah. Yep.
Cool. Well, let's keep an eye out for that. To something. We don't really have any details on what it is. Though, right?
We don't really know what it's going to be. Like I said, I think it's like a Disney. We all played Disney Infinity here. Not that there's anything wrong with Disney Infinity, but my assumption is that it's going to be something like that, but yet different. I don't know.
All right.
Same yet different.
Fair enough. Can we talk about Alarmo now?
We can. Now is the time.
Now the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, this is literally like 10 years in the making. Do you remember like when we heard about like Nintendo was doing something with like sleep and wearables and health? I guess it was like lifestyle and health.
Yep.
That was 10 years ago.
Back in the Wii years, right?
Even that was even earlier, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was something. I think that there was a news article 10 years ago about the sleep thing or like a sleep tracking thing. So now finally we know what it is, and it's Alarmo, $100 alarm clock that wakes you up.
It's a $100 alarm clock.
It is a $100 alarm clock that wakes you up with the Nintendo music and sounds. And the big like disruptive feature is that it has a motion sensor on the top of it, so you don't have to stop it, when you want to turn it off. You just get out of bed, and also as you roll around in your state of half awakeness, it makes like the sound effects. It'll like this coins hitting the coins or whatever game you've selected.
If you sleep alone.
If you sleep, what do you mean?
if there's two people in the bed,
Yeah.
it doesn't work as well.
Oh, okay.
They already said it.
Oh.
They said they recommend if there's more than one person in the bed that you turn off
Two Alarmos.
Yeah.
They recommend 2 Alarmos.
To turn off the motion detection.
Let's be honest. Who's buying this thing and actually has somebody sleeping in the
well,
bed?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, that joke just writes itself. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much what it does. It, you know, it has an hourly chime that you can set, and you can choose the different, you know, Nintendo themes, like from different games. And
Comes with a USB cord, but not a plug.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't come with a plug. You got to provide your own plug.
Provide your own plug.
How much do you think it costs to make?
Keep that price down.
How much do you think it costs to make a clock like that? $5
in development time, or
no?
like
I'm
to
saying
develop
like,
it took 10 years to develop.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, who knows?
I feel like they spent a lot of money developing this.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a motion sensor.
I mean, do I think it's a cool thing, like a fun idea? When I look at it, I'm like, I mean, I think it's kitschy. It's not $100. Like it, you know, it
doesn't even look like anything though.
That's what I mean.
Like a clock.
No, kinda.
It looks like an Amazon Alexa clock.
Kinda, yeah.
That one, whatever, I forgot. The dot clock. I don't know what they call it, but they made one. Like
I don't hate it. I just don't. I just think it's overpriced and doesn't have any real use.
Well, I think
it's a fun novelty idea, but so is a whoopee cushion, and I don't have any of those in the house.
I feel like the target market for this are the hosts of the A4 podcast, and that's it.
Yeah, like I was thinking, like I was trying to find a reason to buy this, right? I'm like, maybe it
wouldn't work for you anyway because you have someone else in your bed, as far as we know.
Well, not for me. Like I have no use for the, like my phone does just fine.
Yes.
I guess my phone does just fine as my alarm clock.
Yeah.
I use my Echo as my alarm clock.
Fine. Yes. That's where I got to with my kids is like, oh, maybe my kids would like enjoy this or something. But then I'm like, no, they have Echo dots that like play like the music that they want and like tell them like, hey, this is the weather when you wake up, and this is like all the information for the day that they like.
Do you know, even beyond that, like they're smart, those Echo things. So
correct.
like when it's a holiday, when it's a holiday, it's like, oh, maybe it'll actually it'll talk to you. It's like, oh, do you really want to have your usual alarm for tomorrow? Because tomorrow is whatever, Veterans Day, and you don't have school tomorrow. Because Ty used that for a while, and that was pretty cool. And the Nintendo one probably is not doing that. I don't know. This is for like the people who buy like every version of the handheld that they come out with, right? That they need to have every color. I don't even think it's for them
though, because it's not like they're playing games on it. It just tells you the time.
Yeah, but they can wake up. Don't you think that's going to make you hate all those songs, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and hate Nintendo. Like, I think you're going to associate that. Like, if you hear the same fucking thing every morning, you wake up to it, you hate that sound.
So here's the thing. So it's going to be available at retail starting in January. Do you think this would go on clearance?
Yes.
Okay. So would you buy it at 50?
No, I'm not going to buy this thing.
Okay. Remember
like, there's no novelty there for me that provides me like if I want to listen to Nintendo music, I can do that on my phone, and I don't do that. So
right.
What are my benefits to this thing? Like, what is this?
You could give Nintendo money and then have another Nintendo product in your house. How about that? I think that's enough for for some people.
But there's other things I could get Nintendo money for that I feel like would provide more joy to me.
Yeah, probably. Than rousing you from your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of the things that it does is while you're waking up, while you're moving around, it syncs like sound effects to you. So like if you move fast while you're waking up, it makes like a lot of sounds. And if you just slowly like roll around it, but I feel like that's going to make you sleepier. And it plays
like a victory chime when you stand up get out of bed.
Yeah. And if you take too long getting up, it gets angry at you. It makes
and when you
angrier.
Crawl into bed, it plays like music to help you fall asleep.
Yep. And when you're having sex, it automatically goes waka waka wah, waka waka wah, and you hear Mario go. It's a penis. No, I don't. Anyway.
Yep.
That's Alarmo. Or maybe like a rare Nintendo miss, perhaps. But then again, you never know.
Nope.
People are weird.
I feel like people aren't buying clocks in general.
No.
Is like
they're not. I know a guy that owns a clock store, and he's like, all I do is I change batteries and fix broken clocks that already exist.
You know a guy who owns a clock store? That is just not the sentence I thought I'd hear today.
Did you ask him about Alarmo? Why isn't he on the show?
Yeah.
I could get him on the show. He's really cool. He's a lot cooler than us. It's the clock show. It's the clock store in Roosevelt Field. You know which one I'm talking about? In the basement? Like, you know, like they have that one level, which is like the low rent stores.
The bottom level that has the claw machine arcade.
Yes,
there
right.
now.
Yes. It's right there. You can say hi to Charlie. He works there. We just bought he's turning it into like a cool toy store. I don't know if you've been there in a while, but
I've never been in it.
No,
period.
I was in there and just people coming in asking for their watch batteries to be changed constantly. But you can't really see it over here, but I got a new framed RoboCop print. It's really cool. I sent you the picture of it.
Yeah,
I've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's cool, right?
It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Next time I go there, I'll ask him about Alarmo. But he told me he's selling no clocks. It's literally just battery replacement and fixing.
You should tell him he needs to go all in on Alarmo.
Just fill up the whole stores with Alarmo.
Yeah.
One stop shop.
We need a state of emergency situation here.
Nice callback to a very old CAGcast.